Hey, what's up, guys? So the other day I was thinking about women. No, I was thinking about how women have impacted my lives. Cause right now there's always a lot of controversy about just women and their rights, and it's crazy the things that are happening to them, and it's crazy to believe that just because they're a certain gender, that these type of things are happening to them. Because at the end of the day, me and you, men or women, we're all human. It's the bottom line. But anyways, what I was thinking about was women have helped me a lot in my life. They've taught me a lot of things. And I just want to share 3 things that really impacted my life and that have helped me at the moment when I learned it and that are still helping me now. And the first thing was goal setting, how to set goals, why to set goals. And I remember this because the beginning of my teen years, when I started talking to women, I always heard the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, oh, like I like a guy that has his goals set out for him, that he knows what he wants to do, that he knows where he's going. And I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't have any goals. I don't know. I'm playing baseball. That's it, I guess. I hope I become an MLB player. That's basically it. Those were all the goals that I had. So I took that into consideration, and I swear to you, I Googled like, hey, just goal setting. And it got to the point where I set goals for myself. And when I talk to women, it's like, hey, hey, how are you? What do you have going on in your life? And I was like, I have these goals set out for me. And they're like, oh, nice. And it always worked out, I guess. So setting goals is something that I learned from women, and that it still helps me out a lot every day to this day. So that's one of the things that it's really key that I've learned. The second thing is listening. How to listen, why to listen. Because I've always been told by men and women that women love a person that listens to them, that sits down and just hears and is interested in what they say. So I took that into consideration, and every time I talk to a woman, I always listen to what they said. I didn't talk. I always listen. And I got coined in high school that I should be a psychologist, because I always listen to people. I listen to their problems. So I guess that took me that way. And that helped me out. And really listening to people, how it's helped me out today is that I learned that women aren't the only people that like to be listened to. We all like to be listened to. We all like to be heard. Because we have a voice, we want to share something. And the thing that about listening that makes it so important is that nowadays, all you have is people that just listen to respond. They don't listen to understand. So when you get somebody that listens and is truly in focus with you, that's truly listening and wants to hear what you're talking about, it's amazing, and people really appreciate that. And I've seen it, I've heard it. People appreciate when you listen to them because you're right here. You're not focused at anything else, and when you say something to them and they say something to you, it stays in here. And then a couple days later, they mention something. It's like, hey, yeah, I remember you told me that. And that always wins. That's when you remember their birthdays. That's when you remember their favorite color. That's when you remember their favorite food, their favorite rose, their favorite flower, whatever. Listening helps. Whether you're trying to get a girl, get the guy, or you're just having a conversation, you're building a relationship with somebody, whether emotional or just you're being human, you're talking to somebody. Everybody likes to be heard. There's no doubt in that. And the final thing that I've learned from women, I've learned a lot of things, but these 3 things it's just something that kept coming up and up. And what I feel to be one of the biggest things that I learned about, I grew up surrounded by women. And my mom, I had so many aunts and so many cousins that were women. It's crazy, and it's been the same thing throughout my life. Middle school, high school, I was always surrounded by women. That brought me some trouble with some girlfriends, that they were like, oh, you're always surrounded by women. But that's not the case. That's not the case here. Anyways, being surrounded by women taught me one super key thing, and it's caring for others. Women taught me to be more caring, more emotional, more selfless, to be kind, to care for somebody when maybe they're down in the dumps, to listen to them, to give them food, to prepare food for 30 people, even if 3 people eat. One thing that I did learn about that did help out with women was women love somebody, a guy that's emotional. I'm not here dating guru or anything like that, but I did learn that. I did learn that women love men that are in touch with their emotional side. I was always raised by the men around me that, oh, you gotta be a macho man, you this, no crying, you face no problems, you don't show any emotions. And then I realized that women are nothing like that. Yeah, I guess if you go stereotypical, they want that big guy that's gonna protect them if anything happens, sure, whatever. But at the same time, we're emotional creatures, we're social creatures, we interact with each other. You don't want a cold-hearted person that if somebody dies, you're like, you want something with emotion. And my family, the majority of my aunts, being surrounded by women really impacted me in that fact that I care for others more. I'm more kind for others now, because at the end of the day, we're, like I said at the beginning, we're human. We all need to take care of each other. And I'm really gracious that I've been surrounded by women my whole life, because they really taught me a lot of things. Women are powerful. Women need to be heard. We all need to be heard. It's crazy what's happening nowadays with all these problems of men and women fighting against each other because, you know, this person's better and this person's better, this gender, that gender. It's like, hey. We should all be respected the same way. We should all be treated the same way, no matter race, color, gender, height, weight, no matter what it is. We're human. So just treat everybody the same way. If they're a woman, if they're a guy, if they're tall, they're short, if they're American, if they're Hispanic, if they're Asian, if they're African American, whatever. Just treat everybody the same way. But I gotta give props to the women. Thank you very much. Take care, guys.